Baltimore, a Radio 1 station where information is power.
The views and opinions of the guest and host you hear on 1010 WOLB
are not necessarily those of the staff and management of Radio 1, its sponsors, or advertisers.
Shop Talk with Cassandra Renee, the radio show where we talk about it all. Hey, welcome to Shop Talk with Cassandra Renee. With me are my co-hosts, Kevin Eaton.
Good morning, everyone.
Angelo Superstar Barbara Richardson.
Good morning.
And we have Dr. Lisa.
Good morning, Baltimore and beyond.
How long do you practice that every day, every Monday?
When I get up and gargle, make sure I'm going to come in here singing it one day. It's going to be a song.
I'll tell you, because you're very consistent with it, So how was everyone's weekend? I'll start with you, Kevin.
I had a great weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to family house and, had some barbecue, things of that nature. Kids were playing football and playing different games. And, it was nice. Fireworks,
Oh.
Yeah.
So when was this? Because I think people were celebrating the entire, from Friday through yesterday. So which day
that was
did you
Saturday.
actually celebrate? Oh, that was Saturday?
Yeah, that was Saturday. And yesterday, pretty much went to the market.
Oh, yeah, replenish. I get that. Yeah,
because
that was
pretty much it.
Because we didn't do much on Saturday because of the rain.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We kind of waited till after it stopped raining.
Okay.
And then set up the grills and things of that nature. So it turned out to be a pretty good day.
Awesome.
It was nice. Mm-hmm.
Angelo.
I'm lazy, so I didn't feel like cleaning the grill. So I went to work. I went to work from 9 to 2 o'clock.
Lazy and working the same time.
As far as cleaning the grill. No, you're never too lazy to make money, so I went to work from 9 to 2. But to clean that grill, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So, and I had a photo shoot yesterday. It turned out really nice.
Awesome.
I took 5 of my teenage clients and treated them to a photo shoot with a photographer in my shop.
Ooh.
And I took some more new headshots.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
You know what? You just reminded me of something, Angelo, and I know I'm putting myself out there. But you know what? I think I'd like for Shop Talk to have a photo shoot.
That would be nice.
At Afrolistics.
That would be nice.
And Dr. Lisa, I had a visual of you. Definitely me being over the top. I'm going to be over the top. Angelo's going to be cutting hair, probably Kevin's hair, right? And Dr. Lisa will be standing there with her Bible.
Right.
Hey, I have it all figured out. Now, speaking of Dr. Lisa, how was your weekend?
My weekend was really good. I was stewing I got a speeding ticket in Virginia.
Not Virginia, no. Dr. Lisa.
Virginia.
Oh, no.
We just talked about that.
We did just talk about that, so she should have known better.
I did, and when the police pulled me over, we were traveling in a caravan, and my mother pulls behind, and the police officer said, no, go in front. Because it's not safe. I don't feel safe with people behind me. And he says, were those people following you? I said, yeah. He said, I'm going to give them a ticket too. Y'all,
No.
By the time he got to my mother's car, I couldn't even look up. I couldn't even look up.
Oh, no. So now your mother knows that you're the one who called her out.
Oh, no. She got right out the car.
Oh.
And she does that mother mug. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, no, you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And my boy's yelling, snitch.
That's what I'm thinking. Oh, my gosh. I would be so upset with you. It's like you could have kept that to yourself.
Oh, my goodness. That ride back was painful because it was under 60.
Ooh.
It was painful, y'all.
But that's what you have to do going through Virginia. Yeah, I've heard some horror stories.
And you got to come back.
I know.
To go to court. And take driving class.
See, and they know that. Mm-hmm. They are quite aware of that.
I'm thinking of taking a point and just calling it a day.
Just get it over with.
I can't.
The torture.
I can't.
In case you all are wondering what we're going to talk about today, well, what I'd like to talk about first, because I'm really excited, we have a guest in the studio. Her name is Miss Verna Masden, and she is the author of Stripped, An Exotic Dancer's Journey to God. Welcome to the show, Verna.
Thank you so much. Glad to be here.
Oh, we're happy to have you here.
Yes,
Oh my goodness. So we are going to she's going to tell her story. We're going to share the details of the book, how you can get it and all that stuff, because after our interview with her, you're going to want this book. Mm-hmm. I want it already. I haven't even heard details about your story. You are going to be so surprised of where Verna Starr came from and where she is now. Okay, so we're going to talk about that the second part of the show, but we're going to start off by talking about, this actually came to me last night, and I was actually on Facebook, on somebody else's page, being nosy like I do. And the topic came up on their page, and I thought that would be interesting to start the show off with. And of course, I did not let my team know until 5 minutes before coming into the studio?
Yeah, something like that.
You know, but sometimes, it's more passionate when you find out about it at the last minute, But the question I want to ask, and I want to ask the people in the audience, because we actually have a gentleman here by the name of Atlas. Hi, Atlas. Hello. So if at any point you want to join in, because you know what? The men are going to need some help. I already know.
I don't need no help.
I already know. The men are going to need some help, y'all. So, okay. So, hi, Atlas.
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Oh, yes. Atlas is actually a friend of Star. So, in case you're wondering how we're going to start the show, what topic we're going to start off with, and it's actually a question that I have, okay? Now, why? Why do men, when they know they are not ready to be in a serious relationship with a woman, they know they aren't ready, why do they lead the women on? Why do they make them think that they are ready? And it's like, okay, I'm ready to settle down. It's only you. And then they start, I don't want to say start playing games. I don't want to use that term, but they start being inconsistent. Mm-hmm. Why? Why do men do that? Our telephone number is 410-481-1010. Toll free is 1-877-704-1010. And I'm going to start off with the person that I always start off with, who always starts the drama.
Kevin.
My dearly beloved cousin Kevin.
Well, like when I first found out what this topic was that we had said
5 minutes ago.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, like I said then, and I don't think this is a gender specific subject, because you have a lot of women that do the same thing. They know they're not ready for a serious committed relationship, and they'll find a man just maybe be wasting his time for a length of time and things of that nature, for what you're talking about. But since you asked from a man's point of view. Yeah. If a person, a fella is not really know that he's not ready, mm-hmm. and he involves a female and takes up a time and things of that nature, a lot of times, men, we get certain feelings, we like to feel good. So even though on the inside we know that we're not really ready for that.
Yes.
Just the feeling of having this woman that's ready to really take up her life with you, mm-hmm. Is a good feeling. Whether you're ready for it or not, it feels good. So that might be one reason, because it just feels good. It just, you can't resist that. You got to tell them lines to her and call her and
tell the lies to her.
Lines. I don't call them lies. I didn't say no men don't lie. I told you when we had that. You asked me to go to the barbershop. The men don't lie. Them lines. No, not lies. We don't lie to the women. No. Don't get it twisted.
Okay.
The lines.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I think it's interesting. Feeling. You started off with your first point, pretty much to the defense, saying, "Well, women do it too."
Well, yeah,
and I find men do that.
Yeah,
but men do that though. It's like, why can't we come up to you with a question without you having to redirect it and say, "Well, women."
Well,
why? Because the question is, why do men do it? That's what the question is.
Yeah, that was the question.
But you had to flip it like men do on the women. Why is that?
Well, one thing
Distraction.
is like.
That's what it is, but we're not easily distracted.
I don't like to go there, cuzzo, but it's right now. Right now it's not easy being a straight black man right now, right? So
what are you talking about? The hardships of a straight black man.
Right? So when you say why do men do this, right? It's like we got to put our guards up every time, no matter what's going on.
Why? I mean, I want to know. I mean, you don't have to put your guards up. It's not like I'm going to attack. It's just a curious question.
I'm just saying, when you ask a question, right? You first one, you didn't give us no warning, no anything. I went on Facebook trying to find out what it was we were talking about today, right? And I couldn't find anything on Facebook or nothing about what we were talking about, right?
But wait a minute, Kevin.
Yeah.
Aren't you a member of the fan page?
Yeah, all that.
Yeah. Aren't you and I Facebook friends?
Yeah, exactly.
So why didn't you know?
Because you said you was keeping it a surprise.
I mean, this part is a surprise.
Right.
But as far as our guests, you were aware of that.
No, I was aware of that. But I'm talking about the question that you asking.
It's a surprise to us all, baby.
That's what I'm saying.
Those are the best shows. Those are the best shows.
So that's why I'm asking. That's why I'm answering the way I'm answering, because you just asked me 5 minutes ago.
Jump into the defense.
So one thing I can say is, it's a good feeling. One I can say is it's a feeling. It's a good feeling. Even though we know you're not ready, we're taking up time, stuff like that.
Taking up that space with someone else who is ready.
It just feels good to have
like
her as my woman, and maybe one day, maybe I'm working on trying to be available to her. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think that's fair to her while you're available? Do you think that's fair while you're working on it? I mean, because you're going to make some fatal errors that you wouldn't make if you were ready. So do you think that's fair to her?
It's fair if I'm being true to my end cause. If my end cause is to really have this woman, but right now I'm not ready, but I don't want to let her know how not ready I am.
True to your end cause. What about being true to her? What about being honest with her, saying, hey?
I'm pretty sure they would know.
You all leave it up to us to figure it out, to assume. And then when we confront you with it, you deny it.
Well, like I said, we're going to give you lines.
Don't worry, ladies. I'm not looking at them.
We're going to give you lines. We're not lying. Most time, I'm telling you, most time the women already know. Most time they already know. They already know within my heart. They'll talk to their girlfriends. They says, girl, I know he ain't no good. But I just love him or whatever. He my baby daddy. So
that's the past. It's like, oh, you women already know, so we can just go ahead and do what we do because y'all already know. Y'all already done figured it out. Why do you all leave it up to us to figure it out? Why can't you just sit down and talk to us and say, hey, baby, this is the situation?
Because y'all kill us and chop all members off and all kind of things that nature.
You don't think we'll kill you if we are under the assumption for months?
We have an Al Green.
That we're working towards a relationship. Huh, Kevin? I mean, you don't think that we'll kill you then? When we stop and think about all the time that we wasted, all the years for nothing?
No, because you loving it. You loving it.
We're not loving it.
You are.
What makes you think that we're loving it?
Because you're there.
That does not feel good.
You know what I'm saying?
Because women
they didn't love it, right?
Women become vested.
They'd be like, okay, I'm done. I'm finished with that.
Women become vested in relationships, unlike men. It's easier for men to move on. Women, we become vested. And we're like, you know what? Let me just stay a little while longer. Let me just stay, just need to tweak this a little bit. I'm not going to leave. We're a man.
But so you're talking from a woman's point of view.
And if he doesn't leave physically, he'll leave you emotionally.
Well, you're talking from a women's point of view,
That's the only point of view I can speak on because I've never been a man.
Right, exactly. So I'm pretty sure we're going to have some callers in that's going to fill that void.
What void? That's what you're here for.
That's what I'm doing. And I'm glad. That's
so
exactly what I'm doing.
A void?
Because no matter what I say to you as a man, a woman is always going to say something, how it is, how it
really is.
You said
it right the first time. How it really is.
How it is.
You want the truth? Ask a woman. Dr. Lisa.
OMG. OMG. He just gets both hands. He said a word in there real early in the conversation that he just glossed over, and it's prize.
That's what he does.
He said the word prize as if we were to be gotten as a prize.
Ooh. And
after you get it, then you shelve it.
Yes.
Well, that's how I look at the black woman.
Yes.
The black woman is a prize to any man born in the world. If you look at a black woman, so I'm not looking at you something. Okay, I won the Olympics. I'm just looking at something that's a natural for a black man to have his prize. That's just something we just supposed to have that. That just go with the territory.
Well, so if the value is in the prize, why not stay with it? Why shelve it? Why abuse it? Why mistreat it? Why conquer it and go on? What happened to the idea of prize?
You're kind of throwing a subject off here now.
No!
You go from one topic to another.
So now you're switching topics now that you have him back up.
It's always us
against the corner in the corner there. He's like, wait a minute, let's stick to the topic.
So that's what I can figure out. From a man's point of view, in order to do something like that, it just it just feels good when you're doing it.
I mean, it feels good. It feels good for us all. I mean, that's what we all want. To feel loved and desired, and consistency. Consistency is very important for women, and it seems like that's the first thing that drops off when a man is distracted. He becomes less consistent.
Well.
Because you don't have to buy the cow. You just get the milk and go on.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say.
Let's just tell the truth.
Yeah,
just say that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we all can move on.
But Angelo just let out a grunt.
Well, because I can only speak for myself.
Okay.
I'm consistent.
I'm
very consistent because I've never been ready. So,
okay.
I'm truthfully upfront.
Please be honest.
I'm not into relationships. I think it's ridiculous.
You think relationships are ridiculous?
Relationships are ridiculous. If you're not going into it to be married, to start a family, I'm not going to play around with people. That's just it. Mm-hmm. I've always thought that once I became a grown man, like as a teenager, yeah, it's fun, it's cute. Mm-hmm. When you become a grown man, I'm not chasing you, I'm not calling you, not finding out where you are. I don't care what you're doing. If we're not going to be in a relationship if we're not in a relationship to be married, to start a family, we're not going to date and go through all of this bickering and back and forward and I'm going to be with this one and you're going to be with this one, but we're still going to be together. We're not going to do that.
So what if there was an understanding between the two of you? It's like, you know what? This isn't the ultimate goal for me right now. Like you said, you being
then I
honest.
would move on.
But what about just for companionship?
You can find
companionship.
You can find companionship in a dog. You find companionship in your best friend. You don't need that.
I was on your side up until I was with you.
I just don't believe in all of that playing around in
the game.
The game, yeah, that's nonsense.
The game.
And not having a goal of children.
I usually have
marriage.
a goal at the end.
Okay.
Like I know what I like, I know what I want.
Right.
And if you're gonna play with me, it's just not gonna work.
But what if the goal is to just have someone to kind of chill with?
You can chill with your dog or your best friend.
What about a human being? What about, hugging and kissing? Okay.
Oh, well, that's good. Like Kevin says, it feels good. It's good. But, I mean, if you just going to go out and do that, do that.
Just be upfront about it.
Just be upfront about it.
I agree. That's what I was trying to,
well,
so you don't have a problem with that. But you don't do that.
I don't do that. What? We're not going to be kissing and hugging and playing.
Unless there's an ultimate goal, which you aren't interested in that anyway.
No, because what if down the line, all of a sudden I contract something you have?
What makes you think, wait a minute. Why does a woman have to have it?
We missed some
This boy don't have nothing to pass on. But just in case.
Why would you assume that she would have something to pass on?
She might, because this one don't got nothing to pass on.
Because we had this show about STDs too, so we in the ballpark.
Well, we need to have more shows about it, apparently.
Absolutely.
What I'm saying is, I'm not going to play the game unless I know I'm interested and I think I would like to make you my wife or I would like to have some kids.
There you go. Because I was about to say that's unfair. He wasn't answering the question. Y'all kind of made me answer, but he been skating over.
If I would make you my wife, or if I think it's a possibility you are a good candidate for a wife, I'm going to try to make this thing work. But if you play with me along the way, it's
you just cut it off.
And you cut clean, smooth, the bleep, bleep, bleep off.
And that's so easy.
It's easy for me to do because I'm Gemini. I'm a Gemini. So
I'm a Gemini too, baby.
I'm 10-faced it, so I can cut you off.
You 10-faced it. I'm just 2-faced it. Because my thing is, it's like once I'm committed, it doesn't matter what it is. A relationship, it doesn't matter what it is. A job. My problem is I stay too long. What was the topic, y'all?
I don't know.
I forgot what the topic was.
If we done with it, we done with it. Just go on.
So let's ready. And she ready and you taking up her time.
Say that again, honey.
The topic is why would a man take up a lady's time when he know he ain't ready?
Right.
And she ready and
why do men do that? Yeah. But you know what? We have these callers that have been like on hold for a minute, so let's take some of these calls and see how they answer this question, okay?
Have mercy.
Have mercy. On the line, we have Ms. Brown. Welcome to Shop Talk with Cassandra Renee.
Yes, hi. We have absorbed the European culture. So therefore, the black man is out of his place and the black woman is out of her place. They don't understand why we are in such a confused state. In Islam, if a man sees a sister that he think he could love and want as a wife, he would have to go to the imam and ask for this woman. The imam would make sure this sister is protected. She would have a wali, and only for 3 months. Can he see if this is the woman or this is the man she want to marry? The wali go with them. They are not to be left alone. And within 3 months, she can ask him about his bank account, where he work, if he can afford to give her a dowry. The woman is very valuable. We don't know our place, so we're running around like a bunch of wild rabbits, trying to figure out how it works. Within that 3-month period, if this sister or brother decide they're not compatible, then they have to be left alone. It's not no year and 2 and 3 months dating like that. That's not how our society was ran. And if you think it don't go on, remember this African brother asked President Obama for his daughter, and he said he had cattle and all that, because that's the value that they had back then, and it still continues till today. A man has to, women, they call women now gold diggers. That's not how our society was ran. A man had to show his worth, that he could support a wife and come to the father and the mother and ask for her in a proper way. But it was also under religious principles. See, we lost that way. So now under Farrakhan, we're going back, whether we want to accept it or not. We're going back that way. We're having a Million Man March October the 10th, and we're going to pray.
She just
bring your prayer rug.
Didn't she?
It's going to be doing Jumu'ah prayer. That's what we used to do back then. You heard Alex Haley said we were Muslims. It's taken us so long to get back to where we were. Now we have some order where our daughters will be protected under the law, under God's law, not man's law. Have a good day.
You too, Miss Brown. So I guess she's suggesting like a probationary period.
Sound like
3-month probationary period.
But I told one of my customers the other day, I said, if you see me getting married, please come close to me, because I either have a knife or a gun in my back.
Oh my gosh! No, he did not say that.
I'm gonna pray for you.
Yeah.
He needs lots of prayer.
Willingly, no.
Oh my gosh! So does anybody have anything to say about what Miss Brown just shared with us?
I did. It just kind of goes to, if you're talking about value and worth, not one time to me in that comment did it say the woman consent. It was all about, let's make a decision for her.
Yes.
And I take issue with that.
Yes.
I got something to say.
Oh, yes.
And I also want to respond to my son. My sister's a Muslim, and in that belief system, I'll say, they can have as many wives as they want, and they want to divorce you. They can just say you're divorced, and then you're divorced. So we would keep praying for the world.
Yes. So take that under advisement.
Thank you.
Yes, I'd like to bring in another perspective also. I'm going to go old school. I'm back from the Woodstock days. And, in the time where it was a game. It was how many women you can have. Grew up in a culture where the man was revered or looked up to by the amount of women that he had. I came up in a time where the pimps and where you seen the men with the diamond in the back and the sunroof top, and you wanted to be like them. My mother told me as a child that women were to be loved. I didn't know, just took it to a level too far. But my point is, and when I had cousins that were older, and I seen how they would dress with the velour hats and the cashmere coats, and I wanted to be like them. So I grew up with a mentality of loving women, and the amount of women would establish who you are in society. Unfortunately, when I came into the spirituality of being saved and coming to God, that same mentality became a challenge to me, because not only in the world did you see it, but then you also saw it in the church. We used to call them Pentecostal playboys, and the women would fall all over them, everybody, so that same mentality became a challenge. But it was a way of life that had to be redirected by God, and just a change had to come about. But at that time when I came up, it was an honor to have 2 or 3 women, and and to have them strung out so they wouldn't leave you. I mean, when I say strung out, I don't mean by drugs, but I mean mentally strung out.
Oh, he sound like Silky.
Now, but the other thing about this, the downside to this too, Catch-22, I didn't get corrected until my heart was broken.
Ah, there you go.
And then when I fell in love with this young lady who I was not supposed to be with, and I took her, she was the least of the ones that I thought were important to me until she cut me off.
Yes.
And when she cut me off, I was just like, couldn't take it. And then I realized at that point, wow, this is a emotional thing. And once my heart was broken, it taught me not to play with women's heart.
Right.
So that was the other side of it.
Isn't the Woodstock generation the high generation too?
I think they did do some drugs. But let's bring Charles in. Hi, Charles. Welcome to Shop Talk with Cassandra Renee.
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I think there's two type of men that fit your scenario. You know, the first type is the dreamer. You know, and the second type is the one that fears divorce. You know, the one that fears divorce, you know, he figures, you know, why get married? Because you should get married for life. But, you know, you take the dreamers, you know, the dreamers, they just get married because it's like when marriage becomes adoption. You know, she has a job, she has a car, she has a house. So now she has a second child. I mean, she has a spouse.
A second child.
No, she has a spouse.
You said it right the first time.
But basically, they're dreamers because they're going to sell this dream that we could get married, we could have children, but really, they're not getting out of that bottle. You know, they're only talking, you know, from one sip to the next. You know, so when they want to get married, they can only get married, you know, when they're intoxicated or when they're high or some type of inebriation. You know, when they're sober, then they say, wait a minute, when did I say we were getting married?
Oh, okay, Charles. You know, Charles always offers a spin that throws us completely off. Well, thank you so much for your call, Charles.
You, Charles.
Oh, we always appreciate Charles. He keeps us on our toes, doesn't he? What is he talking about? A man's got to be drunk or high to get married.
I kind of think both callers kind of relating the same thing.
To you.
Because, I mean, you know, he's right. You know, and just like our caller, Ms. Brown, was saying that we're out of place. You know, and since we're out of place, these are the things that take the place of the void. It's alcohol and drugs in our communities and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, and our first caller was saying how, you know, we're out of place, which means the black man is we're out of place. So that's why things are the way they are. That's why we are, you know, we accept having alcohol in our communities and liquor stores on every corner and things of that nature because we're just out of place.
But okay,
what happened?
Right. I don't know, but let me take call number 3 because anyway. Hi, Erica. Welcome to Shop Talk with Cassandra Renee.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi. I want to piggyback on something that Kevin said. He said that men don't tell lies; they tell lines.
Lines.
But if you take the N out of the word lines, you're going to have lies.
That's
so
what
the
you got.
lies are in between the lines.
Ooh.
There
you go.
Bang, bang.
One thing my dad told me when as I got older, he said boys will lie to women and play the game. He said, but a real man, if he really wants that woman, he's not going to play the lies. He's not going to play the games. He's not going to tell the lies because his energy is going to be focused on how to keep this woman's life because he realized he found a woman that he cannot live without. He said so many people are trying to find people that they can live with. But he said when you find somebody that you can't live without, then you know that's the keeper.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much for your call, Erica.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Oh, boy, you take the N out and what you got?
Yeah, but being a man, I'm not going to say men lie. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to jump fence.
Hey, you can't jump fence.
Do
you
that.
got to stay
so
true to your
we don't tell
gender.
lies. We tell lines. I'm a man. Lies.
Oh, my goodness. See them two men sitting there together.
I can't.
And I'm way
I
over
can't.
And I'm way over here.
Well, you say
my
you way
goodness.
over there.
He's over there.
But see with Kevin, because we've had these conversations, these dramatic conversations about roles. What his whole idea about what men are and what women. It's a more of a subservient kind of situation.
Yeah.
So the
With
source
Kevin,
for
yes.
me is already corrupt. So anything coming from it is going to be corrupt.
Yes.
It's not subservient. It's order. There's order's a difference. That's not like I'm over top of you and you got to do this, stuff like that. There's order. It's making sure that tomorrow is a better day than today. And so if you keep things in order, it will be. But if things are out of order, we're not going to wake up like that.
Okay, so in order for tomorrow to be better than today, is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Man has to be, things have to be in order. So what's your definition of order?
Right.
My definition of order is when you have a relationship and your man has a goal, okay? And the woman is the man's helpmate, right? Not his slave, nothing like that. So she has to have the same ideas that he has. And if she doesn't have the same ideas that he has, then she need to find somebody else that have the same ideas.
She got her. Okay.
But wait a minute. But what two people that you know have the exact same ideas about everything?
Exactly. Which means we have to give and take to make this relationship work.
Absolutely.
In order for so we got to take that into consideration.
So you're talking about the woman giving, not the man, then, because she has to have the same ideas as the man.
Give and take, but still have order.
With the man being on top, so he can overrule whatever her feelings are.
Right, because his political correctness is order, but he really means subservient.
What you're saying would not be order. That would be disorder
I told
on his
y'all.
part. You know what I'm saying? That would be disorder.
If the source is flawed.
Chaos.
You know, we want order. That's what I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, because you asked, right? Why would a man even involve himself in a situation like this, right?
Right, knowing that the woman is ready and knowing that he isn't.
Well, one reason is maybe because, like I say, he wants
game.
No, he has a target. He wants to have her as his wife eventually, or something like that. Target. You know.
But oftentimes they don't. I think sometimes men have women as placeholders. You are okay for right now, but I'm still going to keep searching over here until I find something different or better.
True. Yeah. Well, I say women do the same thing. So you just can't say.
So why you jump back? Oh, look at who's on line.
You just can't say it's a man thing. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you know what? We talk silky out.
That's like saying.
Hi, Silky.
Just like you saying, right?
Silky.
Look, just like you saying, right? Only like you saying, right? Well, like you saying, like only men can be pimps. Okay, that's not true.
Who said that?
That's what you're. That's kind of like what you're trying to say.
Only men can be pimps.
He didn't say that.
What I'm saying
but you're flipping it. You're flipping it. That's your defense.
The way I'm taking it from you is like what you're saying is that only men can keep a woman like that, and he has the wrong intentions in his mind. What I'm saying is that you can't put that gender specific. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't say only men. It's just that the question, the topic is why do men?
You said you feel like more men.
I do.
You feel like that's what you said, right?
I do feel that more men than women. That's just my opinion.
Right.
I haven't taken any polls or anything like that. Well, I have taken polls.
Equality, convenience. Go ahead.
Just conversations I've had with people. Men, come on, let's come real with it though. There are more women out there than men. So men feel like, you know what, I can pick and choose. I can have this and that. They want a smorgasbord.
Yeah, they do.
What's wrong with that?
Oh, my goodness. Okay, let me take somebody else. Let me take somebody else, y'all.
I like going to the buffet. I won't go to McDonald's.
Told y'all.
You're listening to Shop Talk with Cassandra Renee. We air live from here, Radio 1 Studios, from 10 a.m. till 11 a.m. every Monday. You can stream WOLBbaltimore.com or download the WOLB app. Okay, let's see what we got here. Line 4, we have Helene.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good.
Hello.
Well, I've been listening to the conversation. And from my perspective, the way that the question was asked, you're not going to do anything but put men on the defensive.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was asked as an attack on men. Why do men? So, I mean, if you really wanted an open discussion, you would have said, why do individuals do this?
Mm-hmm.
But apparently you didn't want that open conversation. You wanted to put men on the defensive.
Okay.
Because I agree with the gentleman. Women put men as a placeholder, just like men put some men, some women. It's an equal opportunity employer. Men use women for money. Women use men for money. Why do we do it? That would be a more intelligent question as opposed to why do men do this?
Okay.
Because women do the same thing. And when he shifted the conversation, to put you on the spot, you shifted right back on them.
Oh yeah, because
you're not willing.
Yeah, because you know what? That was the question.
Right,
I didn't want it. But you know what? Next week. Oh, I look at myself every day. But you know what? Next week, the question could be why do women? That's how we do it on Shop Talk with Cassandra Renee. The focus now is why do men? Well, you know what? It's not your show, baby. It's not your show. It's my show, and I decide what the topics are going to be. And I wanted to know, just based on a Facebook post that I saw, and a man actually posted this. It did not come from. It didn't come from a woman. It came from a man. So that's where I got the idea from.
He can tell the woman the truth.
And it's so interesting how he says equal opportunity. You know, just because you have equal opportunity, you pick and choose whether you want to take advantage of that opportunity.
Convenience.
Absolutely. So thank you so much. We all are on the defense today. So you have an awesome day, Helene, and thank you so much for your call. We appreciate you. Bye-bye. Hi, Brother Carlos. Welcome to the show.
Oh, it's hot up in here. Look, I think you were trying to complicate it too much. I think basically the answer would be that the man is a hunter and the female would be the prey. And that the man hunts that prey until he catches her or them, and or he hunts until he falls into the trap that prey lays for him. And so, in other words, it is within the nature of man to pursue and to hunt and so forth. But it is within the nature of the woman to be the nurturer and the receiver and the gatherer. So I just go back real to the very very beginning of nature and to surmise that. But going back to the old school real quick. We were liberal in our attitudes for a long time until that big 900 gorilla called HIV and all the other STDs start to hit the scene, and so that sort of toned down a lot of our hunting skills.
Absolutely.
And and we take it. And I go back again to the old school. There was like at one singer, I think Sam Cooke, who was in a relationship with this woman, and one morning they were in bed and everything, and so she said, well, we've been together for so long, but when are we going to cement our relationship and get married and so forth? And he said, I am not ready. I don't want to hear all that mess. He says, go on, get on that kitchen and fix me some breakfast.
So Brother Carlos, you're agreeing with Kevin for the most part. So you feel that there should be order and there should be roles.
Yes. But just to finish my story, he said, get in that kitchen.
You're funny, Brother Carlos, but we kind of limited on time. I mean, okay, I love your stories.
Let me just finish that. Fix me some breakfast. So she came back with a pot of hot grits. And she said, here's your breakfast. And she dumped a pot of hot grits on it.
That sounds like an Al Green type situation. Thank you, Brother Carlos, for your call.
I tell you.
On the air, we have Brown.
Yes, good morning. I'm having a problem with some religious folks that's calling in because when you really look at Islam, Judaism, and what's the other one where they allow more than one wife? Mm-hmm. I mean, I can't even see, they talk, how many wives can you have, Right. Well, I came up with a Christian parents. And they did very well. They had roles, and there wasn't any problem with it. My mother liked to cook. My father, we had to cut wood, and we had wood stoves. We cut the wood. My mother made the fire in the wood stove, cooked the food, and so on and so forth. She went to work, and my father stayed home. He went to work. My mother stayed home. So I don't see what this confusion that you are doing to the young ladies that's listening to your program. Because you are saying some things that I'm hoping that they're not grabbing onto. You don't believe in roles. You don't believe in order. There should be order in everything. School,
I didn't say there shouldn't be roles and order. I didn't say that. And then
you demonstrated something else when you cut the gentleman off because he had a different opinion than you had, and you were very rude to him. And
he was rude as well.
I'm noticing that a lot of these young ladies out here are very rude, and I don't think you're teaching.
It's so funny how he's okay. Thank you so much for your call, sir.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness, it is so funny how he's accusing me of the same things that.
Exactly.
They're doing.
Right.
You know, he's
It's
saying
all right
women.
when they do it.
Yeah, make generalizations about women, but it isn't okay for me to ask the question, which came from a man.
Exactly.
Why do men, knowing that they aren't ready, because he wanted to know.
Right.
This didn't come from a woman. This came from a man. And I think listening to our show, we're teaching a lot. You know, because we're sharing information, and it's up to people to take what they want to take from the information that we are sharing. This is a very intelligent adult conversation.
Yeah, that's why I can't understand how Dr. Lisa got that ticket down in Virginia. And we just had this show talking about don't speak to Virginia.
No, he did not. No, he did not.
You're talking about she got a ticket to Virginia, and then think the woman should run things.
410 481 1010. Kevin, I'm giving out the number. 410 481 1010 or toll free 1-877-704-1010. If you'd like to send us an email, it is info@talkwithcassandra.com. Our website is talkwithcassandra.com, because I like to just add this in here just real quick, y'all, if I can, that you never know where Shop Talk with Cassandra Renee may end up. So make sure you keep our website address, talkwithcassandra.com. That's something that will never change. Okay? Hint, hint, hint. Okay, you two.
Okay.
I just have to say buckle up, because I'm coming for you.
Buckle up. Okay, so you know what? I saved the interesting, and I'll put this in quote, the interesting, because I'm a little nervous to take this call. Silky. Saved him for last. And then we are going to go into the second part of our show, where we will be talking to Miss Verna Masden. Her book is Stripped, An Exotic Dancer's Journey to God. So hang in here. I don't care how mad you are with me. Hang in here, because you are going to want to hear Star's story. Okay, I'm scared. I'm shaking. I'm literally shaking, because you just never know with Silky.
He like you, though.
Breathe.
What's going on?
Hi, Silky. Welcome to the show.
Shirley, was good. Everything good?
Everything's good.
Good. I hear these cats out here talking real reckless. What's wrong with these people?
Set them straight, Silky.
Say that again?
Set them straight.
Listen to me, they talking real reckless. They talking about hunters and gatherers. Go ahead with that garbage. People don't realize if you want to be statistically set and sound, there are more women madams than there are pimps. And the pimps are out there on these blocks. These women set up shop. Okay? There's a big difference in being on a block in cold when you got a whole big floor that you have set up with a bunch of different apartments. So they got the game nice, right, and tight. So go ahead. Stop hating on the ladies. If they blowing up and kicking off, don't be upset, gentlemen. Follow their lead once in a while. Ain't no big deal. It is what it is.
Whoa.
It is what it is. Do what you got to do.
And, you know, it's so interesting because Verna is shaking her head up and down because, you know, Verna was a madam.
Yes.
You know, so, Verna, what's your response to what Silky just said?
No, I totally agree. And it's not just because it's a male. There are a lot of female pimps. Like I said, I was one of a lot of madams, and he's correct. Mm-hmm. They set up shop 24/7 because my establishment was 24/7.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. There you go, Silky.
You already know Silky do what he does.
Oh, absolutely. You know, I just never knew what, I was a little nervous. I didn't know what direction you were going to be coming from. You scared me sometimes, Silky.
I know. I be putting the fear. It's my bad. I ain't trying to do you like that there.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm trying to do you like that there. But I just don't appreciate how they be hollering at you right now today. You know what I mean?
Oh, well, thank you so much. Because a lot of men feel that I actually attacked men with the question. And it was just a question, right. You know, and my thing is if you call into my show and if you attack me, well, then, of course, I'm going to be like a cat in the corner. I'm going to come back out with my claws. So don't expect me to kind of hide in the corner with my hands over my face and not say anything because I'm a woman. I don't know. No, but the name of this show is Shop Talk with Cassandra Renee.
Hey, look, when you asked that question, what it did was, you might have punked their manhood out because they're not real men. You feel what I'm saying to you? Because you're supposed to be able to allow and listen to a question to be able to answer the question. You feel what I'm saying to you? But you got to listen to it first. Don't try to go ahead and decipher the question before you can finish it.
Wow.
Don't make too much of it. Just listen to it and answer it. Get straight to the point.
Because I'm
Sometimes
sure
the question doesn't have to be deciphered.
Absolutely right. And it's the question that's being asked. You know, I wasn't attacking anybody. It's just a question that was being asked. And this gives men the opportunity to let us know what's really up. So that's giving you an opportunity. You talk about equal opportunity, that's giving you equal opportunity.
I love this show, Cuzzo. I love it. Shout out to Cassandra Renee.
Thank you so much for your call, Silky. You have a great day.
You do now.
All right, bye-bye. Okay, listen to you, bye, Sil.
Stop it.
Okay, y'all. So we're moving on to the second part of our show. I am so excited to have Miss Verna Masden with us. Her name was Star. And she is going to tell you pretty much her story. Again, she has a book out called Stripped, An Exotic Dancer's Journey to God. So thank you so much and welcome to our show, Verna.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, absolutely.
Dr. Lisa and Cassandra.
Yes, Cassandra Renee. So my question is, let's just kind of go back a little bit, okay? How did your story start? What was your childhood like?
My childhood was very colorful, I'll say. Coming from a family of 14 siblings, during nap time, when my mom would put us down to nap, one of my older brothers would molest me during my nap time. I was 5. He was around 18. At 14, one of my sister's husbands raped me out Druid Hill Park. So, time I became 16, I was really into adult pornography. And I watched a lot of pornography. My dad had Stag magazines in his drawer, and I admired my dad. And looking through his drawer for change, as kids would often do, I found those Stag magazines, and I was like, it must be something good because my dad is looking at it. So I took all the pictures of the naked women, men that was in the magazine. I pasted them all over my bedroom wall and went downstairs and called my dad and said, Dad, look. And he said, oh, no, baby, take that down. But anyway, that seed was planted at a very young age. And a lot of callers may be listening today trying to make sense of some of the things they're involved in too. So those seed of molestation and rape, it had me where to the point in time I became a young adult when I started getting into the industry. And I wasn't thinking about becoming an exotic dancer. As actually, I said I was going to be a porn star. And I went to a strip party with one of my girlfriends and didn't understand it. And I seen her do a strip show. And then we went to Virginia. And she said, hey, Star, the guy said, if you do one song, he'll give you $100. So having 2 kids, being on social service, getting food stamps, medical assistance, yada, yada, yada. I said, $100 to dance off a song for about 2 or 3 minutes. Sounds good to me. So I did that particular set, as we call it in the dance industry. And that weekend, I made $1,500. And when I came from Virginia back to Baltimore, I went and got some cards printed up, and Star Enterprise was born. And I had 100 girls and 20 guys, and I was a trafficker. You hear a lot about trafficking right now.
Yes, you do.
In 2015, but back in the day, I was a trafficker. And I would go into the clubs, and I would solicit the girls out the clubs. And the youngest girl that I had in my arsenal at that time, she was 14.
Oh, my goodness. So at what age did you start this, I guess, in terms of being a madam?
I was in my 20s.
You were in your 20s. And you were a drug dealer.
Yes, I was a drug dealer. I was into the drug cartel. I ran with a bunch of murderers and a lot of guys that was getting into all types of trouble and stuff like that. And getting drugs from the islands that was sent to my house via UPS. Being a queen pin, I never thought about it, but once I got into it, the money came so fast and so quick. I was using anybody and everybody that would give me their address and give them $100, and the drugs would come to their house. And then I put a doorbell on the back of my house, apartment. And you could come to that window and get cocaine, E-pills, acid, weed, anything you wanted. And if I had a special, I would give you a nice special.
And you have 2 children.
Yes.
So you raised them during all of this. Did they see anything? Did they hear anything?
Yes. They seen and heard a lot. I tried to keep as much of it from them as I possibly could. My desire for them having a good education, having them into parochial school and going to the School of the Arts was one of the main reasons why I got into the industry of drugs. Anywhere I can make money, Then I became an officer, and I was an officer still making money through drugs, and I was selling drugs to the Baltimore Police Department, and I was getting cocaine from them in return.
You say you were an officer? Mm-hmm. What type of an officer?
Working for a major corporation.
Oh, really? Okay.
Mm-hmm. And my girls, they seen some of the stuff that I was doing, but I was trying my best to shield a lot of it from them, you know. And I told them who I was, so they didn't have to hear anything out on the street, you know, and I was very honest with them. And when they would go away on the weekend with their dad, I would open up my house for the whole weekend. And I had pastors coming, FBI agents coming, everybody came to the brothel.
Okay, so you actually owned and operated this brothel, but did you start off by being a prostitute? I hate to
No,
use that
that's
word.
okay. No, that's okay.
Did you start off that way?
Yeah, I'm not offended by that statement, because if we read the Word of God in our own genealogy as blood-washed believers, Jesus' great-great-great-great-grandmother, Rahab, was a prostitute. So I'm not offended by that at all. And there are a lot of men and women prostitutes, as you will read in my book. There are a lot of men that's prostituting, and I call them cyber tricks, where they go on the internet with their Visa card or Capital One card, and they're in those sites like that. So they are cyber tricks. But nevertheless, when I started in the industry, it was, you know, I started out making a lot of money. And then there were guys I would be with exchange for money, and a lot of girls and a lot of guys would do the same thing. And it's in the book. They would drive their cars and they would get paid. And sometimes a guy wouldn't want nothing. They just wanted to see the female there, you know, in front of them with nothing on. But yes.
So were you ever, did you ever service women?
You mean a bisexual?
Yes.
Yes, that's part of my testimony too. Yes, I was into the bisexual, gay lifestyle as well.
Okay. So you said you were actually converted. Can you talk to us a little bit about that? How and when did that happen?
In 2002, I went to a strip party, and I was telling one of my girls that I was going to pimp and tell them 60. Pimping ain't easy, but somebody has to do it. And got to that party drinking some Hennessy and smoking some blunts, doing my set. And as I started, you know, performing on the dance floor, the Lord began to speak through me to the men. And I was telling the men that was tipping me that I was coming out of this. And I went to the bathroom and sat on the toilet. And as I was sitting in the bathroom, I said, I know it has to be the Hennessy, too much yak, too much cognac, too many blunts. And then the Lord spoke to me in audible voice. He told me to come out from among them and be ye separated. So here I am, 2015, saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost, preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ everywhere I go.
Okay, and that isn't all that you do?
No.
Tell us a little bit about what else you're involved with.
I'm involved with the youth. I do campaigns for the youth. I talk to them about abstinence and purity. I'm also a sidewalk counselor at Planned Parenthood downtown. Me and some other believers are down there in front of the clinics talking to the ones that's coming in there to murder their babies. And we try to encourage them, if they don't have the money to raise the child, we give them other options like adoption and stuff like that. And I'm a volunteer worker, you know, humanitarian. I volunteer at different food pantries around Baltimore City, giving out food and stuff like that. I go to the hospital to see the sick, and I go to the nursing homes, and
you're quite busy.
Yes.
You know, I want to get this in before we run out of time. Our listening audience, if they're interested in getting your book, how can they go about finding it?
They can purchase my book at Barnes & Nobles or Amazon.com, TapePublishing.com, or in Lexington Market at Jay's Bookstore. They can purchase my book down there. I want to say this real quick. We're also doing a movie based off of my book. So I'll have that information posted on my Facebook page where people can come to audition for characters in the book.
And the book is Stripped, An Exotic Dancer's Journey to God. Dr. Lisa.
In your early childhood, you were talking about some of the seeds that were planted through molestation and rape. Do you believe that some of the seeds that were also planted from your spiritual life? I mean, where did you know the scripture, come out from among them and be separate?
Well,
did you go to church or?
Yes. Atlas and myself, we grew up in the same church. And I left that church for about 20, 25 years. And I wasn't even thinking about it. But I guess somewhere along the line, it was planted down inside of me. And at that particular time, when God really wanted to get my attention, that scripture never came to me. The whole time I was out there doing my thing. And that scripture came up to me, that seed.
Okay.
And because Atlas, he would see me out there in the street when I would have on my Daisy Dukes and little bodysuits and all those types of things. And then when God changed my life.
Right. Yeah. And the reason I bring that up because, you know, when we talk about seeds being planted, all of them aren't bad seeds.
That's right.
All of them aren't bad seeds, and there are some good seeds in there. And I guess almost like a garden, just weeding out what isn't healthy for you and reconnecting with the good things that people have said in your life or that you have picked up being in church or among spiritual atmosphere. And two, when you said, you know, pastors and church people, you know, that we can't look at our faith leaders as being exempt.
That's right.
From life situations. And so we should not be shocked when we hear and see that, you know, but it's not all of them. No. Just like it's not all of them.
Right.
Just like it's not all of the, you know, our politicians. Like it's not all of the women.
Right.
You know, it's not all of the men like Kevin. You know, it's just not all.
Right. It's some. Kevin.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, where did you get your name from, Star?
Star was the name that I used when I was in the adult industry. And when I became a blood wash believer, I still go by the name of Star because so many people know me. I don't take the time every time they call me and say, don't call me the Star no more, call me Evangelist Verna Masden. And some of the girls that's probably listening right now, and they're still the girls that was in the industry with me, but all of them don't know my name is Verna Masden. You know what I'm saying? So I adapted that name, Star. And when I became a blood wash believer, in the book of Esther, Esther's name in English is Esther. In Hebrew is Hadassah. In Greek is Star.
So did someone start calling you that, or did you name yourself Star?
Me, because you come from a variety of like picking names to try to match your personality and match yourself. Okay. So I had this name, Lovejoy, this name, that name, and I was like, it'll be Star. And then being the madam, it was perfect for that time to have that many people up underneath you.
And what did you have? How many people did you have underneath of you again?
100 girls and 20 guys.
100 girls, 20 guys.
And you mentioned Star Enterprise. What kind of industry was that? Was that a sex industry?
That was a sex industry. Yes.
So
it was adult entertainment.
So what happened to it? Did you convert it? Has it been converted over to a ministry? Like how you still using Star Enterprise or?
No, I'm using Journey to God Ministries because my book is Stripped and Exotic Dancers Journey to God. So it's Journey to God Ministries. Whatever your journey may be, it may be a liar. It may be a thief. It may be a murderer. But whatever the journey is, just get to Jesus.
Or a player.
Or a player.
Or a line.
I want to give a little insight real quick about Sister Verna. We grew up in church, and the spiritual side of her came in. You know, she got pregnant at a young age at our church. Back then, you had to get married. They encouraged her to get married, and the husband was abusive, drove her, and that was partially drove her to the street, basically like that. And during the time, it's always never give up on a person, because I would always see Verna, and we were always friends. And even though I never crossed that line, but don't think, not that I didn't want to, being a man, you know, we was talking about what we was talking about, but the Lord kept me from crossing that line, but I always was a friend. I remember we used to go around her house. Her house was her brothel. And I couldn't understand why when some of us from the church would go and greet her and talk to her, it was the only house in the neighborhood that had a red light. I said, a red light? I never caught on that she was actually running a brothel from my home. But anyway, one thing went to another, but the Lord called her. She's always been down to earth. She's always been a friend. And that's most important. Never give up on a person. Never stop loving a person, because you never know where you'll end up. You know, I became an alcoholic during my transition of church and going back and forth and everything. But it wasn't, I used to be self-righteous, but it wasn't until I found myself in the gutter looking up. Yeah. When somebody reached down and pulled me up, that taught me, never look down on another person, you know.
My goodness,
so we all have to appreciate and take time one for another, because you can never give up on a person. This is a perfect example of a modern day Saul, when God changed their life and made a picture. And she came to our church and preached to recently, and it was amazing.
I can imagine it. What I want to ask you, Star, were your children ever interested in the business? I mean, since they were pretty much raised in it.
Well, my daughters, they thought about it. One of my daughters, she thought about it, and she wanted to come. And both of my daughters danced with me before. And the language that the guys would use, you know, those bees, da da da. And I told them, no worries, I don't want you to do it, but I'll just make the money. So they did come to do a show or two, you know, with me before.
Okay. All right. And what about the drug part of it?
No, they was never into drugs.
Never into the drugs or anything like that. Kevin, quickly.
I would give them drugs. I would give them drugs to go to school to sell.
You would give them drugs to go to school to sell. Wow.
So right now you're part of a community-based type organization where you're involved in community work or something like that?
Yes.
Yeah. During our civil unrest, I know you're pretty active in that.
Yes, definitely. So I was out there every day grinding. I'm on Penn North preaching and speaking and talking to the youth. Yep.
Angelo.
I just wanted to know, during this time, what was your concern for your children? Like when you were with the murderers and the thieves and you said that earlier, the people you hung out with. Did you have any concern for your children at that time?
Well, I knew my kids were protected because I carried 2 guns myself. So they had a problem, they would just hit my phone. I would roll up on wherever they was at.
Oh, wow. Okay, so her name is Verna Maston. Her book is Stripped, An Exotic Dancer's Journey to God. All right. Thank you so much, Verna, for joining in and being a guest. You've been awesome. I am your host, Cassandra Renee, thanking you for tuning in today. And until next Monday, bye-bye. Shop Talk with Cassandra Renee, the radio show where we talk about it all. Beauty, sports, current events, health, travel, music, and so much more. You can reach us at info@talkwithcassandra.com.